This is the weekend edition of iFIBER 1 News, where we present some of the top stories from this week and your weekend weather forecast. I'm Bethany Jenks. Stay tuned for the weekend edition of iFIBER 1 News.
From the iFIBER 1 HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFIBER 1 News, your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
One of our top stories for this week was about the newest class of the Moses Lake High School Hall of Fame. This is the 14th class inducted into the school's Hall of Fame. Reporter Devin Higgins has the story.
The lingering snow kept even the most diehard weekend warriors off the links at the Moses Lake Golf and Country Club. But inside the warm confines of the Pillar Rock Grill, Moses Lake High School honored some of their best athletes with induction into the Hall of Fame. 5 celebrated student athletes and the 2010 state champion Mulla Hyatt Stance and Drill team made up the 14th class to join the Hall. Moses Lake Athletic Director Lauren Sandhoff said the event is one of the highlights of the year.
The Hall of Fame has been a great endeavor that we've done for the last 15 years. This is actually the 14th annual, and so you're in a small club, and it's a pretty special group. And today I hope you're going to get a chance to look inside a little bit what it took to make the athlete that came out. It's my belief that the character and the work ethic that are really exemplified here today by these 5 individuals are the things that we put forth to the remaining part of our community. That other kids look up to that and see that, and that's hopefully what they aspire to do as well. And I think that's one of the goals of this whole program, is to try to make sure that we don't A, forget our past chiefs, but B, know that those are the things that really drive us and make us be what we are.
Greg Leonard graduated from Moses Lake in 1969 and was one of the wrestlers who helped lay the foundation for the program's continued success. He said even though he's been away from Moses Lake for most of his life, being acknowledged by his hometown community is very special.
Oh, I'm really honored. You grow up in a town. I was born and raised in Moses Lake. It was my hometown until 18, and sports were very important to me when I was younger, but then your life is just a path the whole time you're living it, and so it does give you values, though, or sets values that hopefully you'll be a good person, and I've always tried to be a good person. I've failed, but with that ethic, you try and do your best.
Ann Noyes-Nipper and her sister Carly Noyes were given the honor of being inducted together after being 2 of the most dominant basketball players in Moses Lake history, as well as accomplished multi-sport athletes. They talked about what it means to come back to Moses Lake and be recognized for their achievements.
It's been great. I mean, this is a huge honor, especially since we don't live in Moses Lake anymore. Just coming back and seeing a bunch of our old coaches and, people from the community that have supported us ever since we were younger. And so, yeah, it's just been a huge honor, and especially doing it together is awesome.
Well, and I remember in high school just walking down the halls in the athletic part of the high school and seeing all the different Hall of Fames and just kind of wondering, like, I wonder what it takes to make that. And so it's kind of surreal now being in that position. And it's really cool, and it's a great honor.
Since you're both Hall of Famers, I guess, you probably asked the question. You're to play right now, and again, one-on-one, who's going to win?
Oh, yeah, I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, probably. No, I'm just kidding.
In Moses Lake, Devin Higgins for iFIBER 1 News.
The Moses Lake City Council voted in a new mayor this week after making changes to an ordinance for how the mayor is chosen. Reporter Cameron Probert has the details.
And the new mayor is Todd Hope.
Moses Lake has a new mayor. The city council made the selection Tuesday night at the first city council meeting of the year. The decision followed a motion by the City Council to revoke a resolution approved at the last meeting of last year. The resolution called for appointing a new mayor based on how long they served on the council. If the council kept the resolution, Councilmember Karen Liebrecht would have been mayor. Councilmember Ryan Leonard suggested returning to the voting process. The council approved her motion with a vote of 5-2. Voth was elected with a vote of 4-3. Leonard Voth, along with council members Bill Ekrid and Mike Norman, voted for the new mayor. Liebrecht and council members Don Myers and David Cornell voted for Liebrecht. For iFiber 1 News, this is Cameron Probert reporting.
And now we take a look at people being sought by law enforcement.
This is Sheriff Tom Jones with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Each of the people you see here have a warrant for their arrest. If you see any of these people, we ask you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but call us at 509-762-1160 or send us an email at crimetips@co.grant.wa.us. If the person is presenting a danger, call 911. With your help, we can bring these people to justice and make our community safer.
We'll be right back after this.
When the cold rolls in, it's time to turn on the heater and cozy up with a book. But turning up the heat can mean higher electric bills. And for some families in tough times, that could mean choosing between a warm meal or a warm house. For decades, people like you have extended a hand to help local families in need pay those winter electric bills. Share the warmth this winter to help keep your neighbor warm by giving a little when you pay your Grant PUD bill.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Cristina Sanchez with your local weather segment brought to you by Barry Motors, one great place to buy and service a car. We do have multiple storm systems heading our way as we head into this weekend. They're going to bring some rain across the area, some moderate rainfall, and also moderate snow across some areas. Just to our northwest, under winter storm watch as we head into the Saturday morning through Saturday evening. Snow will be moderate at times, especially along the Cascades and higher elevations. This system will be moving into our Columbia Basin as we head into the Saturday morning. Snow accumulations will impact travel conditions all through this Saturday, all throughout the day. Temperatures right now right around the low 30s for this Friday night. Winds coming in from the east, northeast up to 5 miles per hour. Mostly cloudy skies here. You can see low pressure system off the mid-Atlantic bringing some showers. This is going to move into the northeast, and as it combines with this Arctic air, it's going to bring some snowfall for Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine. Also light snow for portions of Oklahoma and Texas, then turning into rainfall as it moves into Dallas, eastern portions of Texas. The storm system that's affecting us tonight as we go into the Saturday morning will affect once again the northern Rockies, bringing more snowfall. Then as we head into Sunday morning along the coast, more rainfall as another storm system moves in from the Pacific, bringing once again more rain across the area and also snow, especially in higher elevations. For tonight, mostly cloudy skies throughout this evening. Here you can see rain moving into Long Beach for Seattle as well, snowfall in the Yakima, and also for the Cascades. Higher elevations, especially just to the northern portions of the Cascades, are going to see right around 5 to 6 inches of snow. Just to our north, 2 to 3 inches, and also in portions of the northwest, we're going to see some snow then turning into a wintry mix as we head into the Saturday afternoon. Tri-City area, I expect for you to see some rainfall, then improving conditions as we head into the Saturday night and into Sunday. Here you can see for this Saturday, under winter storm watch through Saturday evening. And for us, as far as temperatures, we're going to be right around the upper 30s for the Yakima, in the northwest in the mid 30s, northern portions 2 to 3 inches of snow. Seattle, you're going to see rain, high temperatures in the low 50s, 52 as a high. Long Beach 52, also with that rainfall in place. Tri-City area for you, I expect for you to see some rain throughout this Saturday, highs in the upper 30s, mid 30s for us here in Ephrata, Moses Lake 36 as a high temperature. For tonight, we're going to see some fog in place, snowfall as we head into this Saturday morning, and on Sunday, we're going to see some rain in place with highs right around the upper 30s for Sunday. On Monday, Martin Luther King's Day, we're going to have mostly cloudy skies, patchy fog. Then on Tuesday, mostly cloudy skies. There will be that slight chance of rain, highs in the upper 30s.
To save some energy, I've used Einstein's mass energy equivalence to design the haptic suits you see in front of you. They will maintain our core body temperature while we completely turn off our heat and air conditioning. With the money we save on our Grant PUD bill, I'll be expecting that trip to Disneyland this year.
You don't need to be a super genius to save energy and money. Visit grantpud.org to learn how.
The new flamethrower cheeseburger now with a $5 lunch. I'm going flamethrower today.
Remember what happened last time?
I'm going flamethrower today.
Gary, do you remember what happened last time?
I'm going flamethrower today.
Remember what happened last time?
Comes with a Sunday now. I can handle it.
You know your body, Gary.
Go flamethrower. Now the DQ $5 lunch comes with the new jalapeno bacon flamethrower cheeseburger, plus fries, drink, and a sundae. This is fan food, not fast food.
Big Bend basketball opened NWAC East Conference League play with home wins over Yakima.
Mackenzie Winley knocked down a game-high 20 points, and Big Bend got past Yakima 67-53. The Lady Vikings were ice cold in the first half of the contest, hitting just 15% from three-point range and 23% from the free throw line. Big Bend trailed 17-2 midway through the first quarter, but was able to close the gap to 29-25 at the half.
Back to Manning. Shot off the glass.
The Lady Vikings found their touch in the second half, hitting 58% from the field and 62% from the charity stripe.
Down low, turnaround jumper.
Big Bend's defense improved as well as the team was able to hold off a late Yak surge to win it.
Shelley for three. Not good. Put back is though.
The Running Vikes blew past the Yaks 105-79 in the second contest.
The high-scoring affair had the Running Vikes explode for 51 first-half points on 44% shooting from the field and from three-point land. Riker Pierce, who averages 17 points per ball game, had 17 at the break for Big Bend. He finished with a game-high 21. The Running Vikes kicked it into overdrive with 54 second-half points to cruise to the lopsided win. Connor Meyerhofer and Moga Ledoux turned in solid efforts with 15 points each. J.J. Eli added 13. Keyshawn Liggins, who was held scoreless in the first half, finished the game with 10 points. The Running Vikes produced 17 points off turnovers, shot 87% from the free throw line, and had 31 points off the bench.
Big Bend hits the roads for a couple of games this weekend. The teams head to Blue Mountain tonight to match up with the Timberwolves and then take on the Chuckers at Treasure Valley on Saturday. J.R. Delgado knocked down a game-high 29 points, and the Wharton boys got past the Waterville Shockers 59-47.
Both teams came out flat to start the contest, as neither squad was dialed in offensively. Waterville struck first on this shot by Taylor Riggs from three-point land. The Cougars battled back to take a 9-8 lead midway through the first quarter. Back-to-back buckets by Delgado pushed the score to 13-8 Wharton. The Shockers came alive, trading buckets in the second quarter, but it was the Cougars taking a 23-18 lead into the locker room at the half. Delgado led all scorers at the break with 16 points. Waterville posted 29 second-half points on the board, but the Cougars hit for 36 to win by double digits. Adam Richens turned in another solid outing for Wharton with 14 points. Tanner Scone was a human vacuum cleaner on the boards, hauling down a game-high 12 rebounds. Delgado finished with 29 points, 7 steals, and 8 boards.
Wharton moves to 3-1 in the 2B Central Washington standings with the win and 9-2 overall. The Lady Cougars kicked off the action but didn't find much success as the team was ice cold from the field and dropped its game 43-31. Brenna Whitney led the Cougars with 11 points. Bailey Whitney and Shania Kisler finished with 9 each. The Cougars now embark on a 3-game road swing that starts at White Swan tonight. There are a few local sporting events going on in the Basin this weekend. In round ball action tonight, it's Ephrata hosting Ellensburg. Soap Lake entertains Mapton, and Quincy hits the road to Othello. The Warden Lady Cougars wrestling team hosts Othello and then is at Othello Saturday for the Othello Girls Invite. Have a great weekend. We'll be back after this commercial break.
You don't have to drive to Seattle for exceptional cancer care. Confluence Health's cancer program delivers world-class care close to home. We have a highly experienced oncology team in a state-of-the-art facility, and we're a member of the Seattle Cancer Care Alliance, which gives our patients access to world-renowned therapies developed at Fred Hutchinson, the University of Washington Medicine, and Seattle Children's. Together with the SCCA, we're delivering world-class cancer care close to home.
Well, one thing I knew from being a patient myself was that a dental office is a scary place to come to. And so we wanted everything possible to make sure that our office is a comfortable place for our patients to visit. The patients that I have, my clients, have made me a part of this community, and we want to give back in every way possible.
Our next story is about a group of convicted felons who recently completed a Washington Department of Corrections program to help them make better decisions in their lives. Reporter Joe Utter has the story.
About 3 months ago, a group of offenders under supervision with the Washington Department of Corrections started a program geared toward changing the way they think. On Tuesday, the group was joined by family and friends and their DOC officers for a graduation ceremony for completing the Thinking for Change program, which was implemented by DOC in 2012 with the goal of reducing recidivism. For 2 nights a week for the past 12 weeks, the small group of convicted felons met in Moses Lake to participate in guided discussions and activities in a classroom setting. The program is based on the principle that thinking controls how people act, and that to change the way people act, they have to take control of their thinking. The offenders are taught skills from basic social interaction to problem solving in the classroom, which they can use in their everyday lives to make better decisions. Community Corrections Officer Steve Clay, who facilitated the Moses Lake class with Community Corrections Specialist Jill Farman, explains more about the Thinking for Change program.
What we do is we teach social skills, cognitive self-change skills, and problem-solving skills. When we get to the problem solving, we integrate all the other skills into one group, and we practice them all, and we work hard. We work for 3 months. We've been doing this together, and we met twice a week, 2 hours a day, and it's like doing a college course, and those that are here are the ones that are left and completed it. So. We're really proud of these young men and women, and they should be proud themselves of what they've accomplished here.
Both Clay and Farman said the changes among the group members were obvious over the course of the program, from actually wanting to come to class to trusting each other and using skills learned when faced with a problem in their everyday lives. We sat in on one of the classes back in December, and Farman explained the goal of the program.
We are hoping to change their behaviors and the way that they think by putting them into situations, real life situations that are occurring in their life that will help them to just recognize some of their behaviors, that the thinking that controls their behaviors and therefore affects their actions. Really, our goal is to reduce recidivism, but we also want them to become more productive within their families, within the communities as a whole, while we're also helping to make the communities safer for everyone.
This is Joe Utter for iFIBER 1 News.
We'll be right back.
We are real students, and this really is our college.
My dream will change the outcome of my life.
My college is allowing me to achieve my dream.
My dream is to be a pilot.
My dream is to be a nurse.
Only you can determine your dream. Big Bend will help you get there.
What's your dream?
Experience speed like never before when you connect to Grant PUD's high-speed network. Visit grantpud.org to learn more.
Welcome back. The next story is about the Quincy School District's proposed construction bond for a new high school and upgrades to several schools in the district. Reporter Devin Higgins has the story.
More than 2,800 students are enrolled in the 7 schools which make up the Quincy School District. On February 9th, residents will decide to approve a $108 million bond designed to overhaul facilities and make the transition from elementary to junior high and high school easier and more efficient. The bulk of the money, about $80 million, would go to the construction of a new high school. The current Quincy High School would be remodeled into a new junior high school, while the current junior high would get a $20 million renovation to become a new K-5 elementary school. George Elementary School would get a major expansion of 8 classrooms as well as a new gymnasium. Mountain View and Pioneer Elementary Schools would also get new standalone gyms, which would replace older multi-purpose spaces which serve as a gym, cafeteria, and auditorium. To help offset a portion of the cost, the district would receive more than $10 million in state funds, and while residents, farmers, and business owners would shoulder the bulk of the tax responsibility for the bond, Quincy's data centers are covering 26% of the overall cost as well. Based on current property tax rates, residents would pay $1.89 per $1,000 of assessed value, meaning monthly rates could be between $16 and $47 on homes costing between $100,000 and $300,000. If approved, the bond would allow the district to restructure itself from 4 elementary schools which feed into the junior high and high schools into 5 K-5 elementary schools that would then feed into the new larger middle school. Those students would then transition into either the new high school or the high-tech high school. The restructure would allow the district to continue to grow with population estimates and accommodate an additional 500 students who are expected to be enrolled by 2021. Superintendent John Boyd said his hope is the voters see the bond as a long-term investment in Quincy's future.
We're working really hard in the Quincy School District. We just finished a new strategic plan, and we're developing very detailed plans to try to get our kids to achieve at high levels. We know that we need to increase parent participation and not just have conversations to our parents, but have a relationship back and forth with them. We know that we need the community to help work with us to make sure that our kids get wraparound services and can get their needs met, not only academically, but socially, emotionally. So we're building some plans, we're reaching out to our community, we're meeting with them and trying to get our whole community interested and involved in the education of our students. And Quincy's amazing. They support education in very high levels. So I'm absolutely optimistic that we'll get to a place where we can do that. And really the fourth piece to that whole puzzle is our facilities. We have to, if we're going to accomplish what we want to accomplish, we have to have our facilities match our desire for the education of our students. And that's really what's brought us here to this point in this bond measure.
In Quincy, Devin Higgins for iFIBER 1 News.
Rounding out this week's news coverage is a story about the Moses Lake Planning Commission denying the Winco Foods appeal. Reporter Cameron Probert has the details.
Winco Foods is closer to constructing a store in Moses Lake. The Moses Lake Planning Commission unanimously denied an appeal by a stronger Moses Lake. The decision followed a 3-day-long hearing last week. The group argued Moses Lake officials didn't consider the impact of the store on Stratford Road traffic, including the traffic at the Stratford Road and Valley Drive intersection. Attorneys representing Winco Foods and the city argued officials asked for a traffic analysis as part of the project, and the store wouldn't have a large impact on traffic in the area. The group does have the option to appeal the commission's decision to the Grand County Superior Court. For iFIBER 1 News, this is Cameron Probert reporting.
That wraps up our weekend edition. iFIBER 1 News will be back on Monday at 5 p.m. with the latest news from around the Columbia Basin. Thank you for watching.